A campus of soaring, iridescent towers that pierce a pale green sky. The architecture is a seamless blend of organic, flowing lines and sharp, crystalline technology. Students, mostly non-human, glide along moving light paths. Tall, elegant Xylos elven-like with data scrolls, and stocky, four-armed krill debating in clicking tones. A massive, circular room. The floor is a gleaming white composite material, lit from beneath. The walls are polished chrome. A digital scoreboard hangs suspended in the air, currently blank. 16 students, OS, stand in formation. Their uniforms are sleek, crimson bodysuits. At the head of the class stands Master Lyra 20OS, Xylos. She is impossibly elegant, with sharp features and silver hair braided with fiber optic threads. Her eyes miss nothing. Master Lyra, her voice resonates calmly. The flux saber is not a toy. It is an extension of your will. It is precision. It is control. In the hands of a master, it is the only tool you will ever need. She activates her own saber. A black, minimal hilt. With a sharp vream, a blade of pure, sapphire blue energy extends. The other students activate theirs. A chorus of vreams. 15 blue blades snap to life, and then there's Alera Vance 16, human. She stands in the back rank. Her uniform is a size too large, the crimson faded at the elbows. She is the only human. She holds no sleek hilt. Instead, she grips the frayed, leather-wrapped handle of a massive, two-handed steel longsword. It is a relic. The guard is a scarred crescent of dark, pitted steel. The blade is thick, dull, and etched with old nicks. It looks like it was just pulled from a battlefield 500 years ago. It has a name, though no one here knows it, Dragon's Tooth. The hall is quiet, save for the hum of the 15 sabers. A low, clicking chuckle comes from the front rank. It's Zephyr 17, Krill. He's taller than the other Krill, his dark blue carapace marked with intricate clan scars. His flux saber glows a custom, arrogant violet. Zephyr Master Lyra. It seems the human has mistaken the armory for the museum. Lyra's gaze drifts and then hardens. She sweeps down the line, her feet barely seeming to touch the floor, until she stands directly in front of Alera. Master Lyra Vance. Alera tenses, her knuckles white on the leather grip. The sword is so heavy she has to lock her elbows to hold it on guard. Alera. Master Lyra. Master Lyra. The regulations are clear. All advanced dueling students are required to utilize the Model 7 flux saber for safety, standardization, and Alera cuts her off, but not disrespectfully. Her voice is nervous but firm. Alera and the archival dueling mandate. Article V, Section 3. In the event a student of a recognized vassal world cannot procure standard issue equipment due to financial hardship, she takes a breath. They may substitute with a weapon of equivalent mass and lethal potential, provided it passes a safety and integrity inspection by an authorized weapons master. She lifts the sword. It's a huge effort. On the pommel is a new glowing green stamp, Alera. My uncle had it stamped this morning. Lyra stares. She taught the mandates. She knows every word. Zephyr's chuckled eyes. Master Lyra a flicker of something. Annoyance? Respect? Your uncle. Alaric Vance, the human who held the pass at Krillia Prime. Alera. Yes, Master. Master Lyra. He was a brute, but a successful brute. Very well. The mandate stands. She turns to the class, but let this be a lesson, Vance. A hunk of scrap metal, no matter its history, is a liability. It is slow. It is clumsy. It has no place here. Alera just sets her feet, shifting the weight of the sword. It feels cold and real in her hands. Master Lyra, we will begin with sparring pattern drills. Zephyr, you're with Vance. Show her the liability of her choice. Zephyr's violet saber winks. His mandibles click in a clear, sharp grin. Zephyr with pleasure, Master. Alera swallows and hefts the dragon's tooth, the center of the dueling floor. The other students have cleared away, forming a circle. Alera and Zephyr face each other. It's a joke. A gazelle versus a rock. Zephyr bounces on his toes, his violet saber a blur as he performs a complex warm-up flourish. Zephyr, try not to drop it on your foot, human. Alera doesn't respond. She just sinks into the only stance she knows, a low, awkward-looking guard. The sword tip is angled toward the floor. Master Lyra, begin. Zephyr is fast. He doesn't even run. He darts, his first strike a horizontal slash aimed at Elara's side. The saber hisses. Alera reacts on pure instinct. She doesn't have time to swing. She just moves the dragon's tooth, turning her body and catching the energy blade on the flat of her steel sword. KR clang. The sound is shocking. It's not the clean vweem vweem of a saber duel. It's a violent, metallic impact. Sparks fly. Zephyr's arm, expecting no resistance, is violently jolted. He stumbles back, surprised. Alera is breathing hard, the impact shaking her to the bone. Zephyr rubbing his wrist-filthy trick. He attacks again. This time, it's a flurry. 10, 12, 15 strikes in seconds. Alera is overwhelmed. She's not dueling. She's surviving. She's just a wall of steel. Clang, clang, clang. She's blocking, parrying, just trying to exist under the assault. The heavy sword is a burden. She can't attack. She can't move. Zephyr, slow, so slow. He spins, his violet blade coming around in a low sweep for her legs. Alera sees it. She tries to lift the heavy longsword to block it, but she's too tired. The momentum is wrong. She does the only thing she can. She jumps, lifting her knees. The violet blade passes harmlessly underneath, but Alera is in the air, and she has a 10-pound weight in her hands. Gravity takes over. She lands hard. The dragon's tooth, held in a desperate two-handed grip, slams point first into the dueling floor beside her. KR chunk. A spiderweb of cracks appears. A fist-sized chip of the high-tech composite floor breaks off and skitters away. The entire hall goes silent. The humming of the 14 other sabers stops. Everyone, including Master Lyra, is staring at the damage. At the hole in the indestructible floor, flux sabers are designed to be harmless to the environment, only reacting to other energy fields or designated scoring vests. They can't do that. Zephyr deactivates his saber. He looks at the hole, then at Alera, who is on one knee, panting, trying to pull her sword free. Zephyr disgusted. This is not dueling. This is vandalism. You are a clumsy, artless child, playing with things you don't understand. He turns and stalks away. Not even waiting for Lyra's dismissal, Alera, cheeks burning with humiliation, yanks the dragon's tooth free. She can feel the eyes of every student on her. Master Lyra, her voice cold, class dismissed. Vance, clean the floor. Lyra sweeps out. Alera is left alone in the massive, silent hall, staring at the damage. She looks at the ancient, heavy sword in her hand. Alera whispering, "What did he do with you, Uncle Alaric?" Sparse, basic. Compared to the opulent rooms of the Xylos, it's a closet. The dragon's tooth rests against the wall. Alera is on her bunk, not with a data pad, but with a physical, leather-bound book. The cover is embossed with a faded title, The Compendium of Steel, a human-centric treatise on leverage and mass. She flips through pages. They aren't about speed. They are diagrams of footwork, of parries, of how to use an opponent's own strength against them. Pictures of guards, plug the plow, arcs the ox, VOM tag from the roof. Alera reading aloud, the blade is not your weapon. The blade is a tool. The crossguard is a weapon. The pummel is a weapon. The weight is your greatest ally. She looks at the longsword. She gets up, goes to it. She picks it up, but not by the hilt. She grips the blade itself, halfway up. With one gauntleted hand, she's wearing work gloves. She grips the hilt with the other. She holds it like a short spear. Alera, the half-sword. She then turns it completely around, gripping the blade with both hands. Alera, the Mordau, the murder stroke. She mimes, striking with the heavy steel pummel. It feels powerful, balanced, brutal. Alera has found a forgotten, unused storage bay. Alera has drawn a chalk circle on the floor. She practices her footwork, pivoting triangles, entries, and exits. She is slow, then methodical, then fluid. She has hung a heavy cargo net from the ceiling. She practices not cutting it, but moving with it. She uses the heavy blade to deflect the net swing, feeling the physics of redirection. She is in the plug stance, low and powerful. She practices a thrust. The sword moves like a piston. It is fast, faster than any swing she could make. She practices the Mordau, striking a dented, discarded maintenance drum. Dent, dent, dent. A shadow falls across the doorway. Alera freezes mid-swing. It's Master Lyra. She's not in her instructor's uniform, but in simple, flowing robes. She watches Alera, her expression unreadable. Weeks later, the Academy tournament. The mood is electric. The scoreboard is flashing. Alera is in the semi-finals. Her opponent is a Xylos duelist, incredibly fast. Her saber a blue blur. Alera is a different fighter. She's not a wall. She's a rock. She stands in a low guard, the dragon's tooth angled, seeming to invite an attack. The Xylos lunges. Alera doesn't block. She redirects. She uses the flat of her blade to bat the energy saber aside, using the Xylos' own lunge speed against her. The Xylos is thrown completely off balance, stumbling. Before the Xylos can recover, Alera steps in. She doesn't swing her sword. She thrusts. The point of the heavy steel blade stops 1 millimeter from the Xylos scoring vest. It's a perfect, brutal, efficient stop thrust. A loud beep echoes. The scoreboard flashes. Winner, Van Seeth. Crowd is stunned. Alera just pulls her sword back, breathes, and gives a respectful bow dot in the stands. Zephyr watches. His mandibles are clicking, not in amusement, but in annoyance. And something else. Alera. Master, I wasn't. Master Lyra cutting her off softly. The mandate allows the weapon, Miss Vance. It does not forbid the techniques required to use it. Lyra steps into the room. She looks at the diagrams Alera has chalked on the wall. Master Lyra, your uncle was the only human I ever saw. Best as Xylos master in single combat. We were faster. We were more precise. He was just smarter. She taps the diagram for the plug. He did not fight our blades. He fought our wrists, our elbows, our balance. Alera watches, rapt. Master Lyra, you are fighting the weight of that sword. You try to swing it. You try to make it a flux saber. It is not. She stops an object in motion, wishes to stay in motion. A heavy object, most of all. You are trying to stop it and start it. Let it flow. Use its momentum. Lyra turns and leaves as silently as she arrived. Alera looks at her sword. She picks it up. She swings it, a heavy overhead cut. And at the bottom of the swing, instead of stopping it, she lets her body turn, letting the momentum carry the blade up into a rising guard on the other side. A circle. A flow. She smiles. The final match. The hall is packed. Announcer OS. And now, the final match of the 74th Academy Tournament. In the violet corner, returning champion. Zephyr of Krill. Zephyr strides onto the platform. He ignites his saber to a roar from the Krill contingent. Announcer OS, and in the crimson corner, the challenger. Alera Vance of Earth. Alera walks out. The dragon's tooth is balanced on her shoulder. She is calm. The crowd is confused. A few human technicians in the upper decks clap tentatively. Alera and Zephyr meet in the center. Zephyr, his voice a low hiss. That was a clever trick with the Xylos human. You've learned to use your weight, but I am not a 90-pound elf. I am Krill. I have real strength. Your relic's journey ends now. Alera. Quietly, let's find out. She sinks into her low guard. Master Lyra, finals. One match. To the yield. Begin. Zephyr explodes forward. He's not just fast. He's powerful. He doesn't fence. He batters. He's aiming to do what Alera did, to use brute force. Clang. KR it says. Clang. His violet saber hammers against her steel blade. Alera is pushed back, her boots skidding on the composite floor. Zephyr is relentless. He's a storm of violet energy, and Alera is just a tree trying not to break. Zephyr, you're strong, human. But you're tiring. He's right. Alera is breathing heavily. Her arms are burning. She's blocking, just blocking, being driven back. She's almost at the edge of the dueling circle. Zephyr, it's over. Zephyr sees his opening. Alera's guard is low. She's clearly exhausted. Her shoulders are slumped. He leaps, raising his saber for a final, massive, spinning overhead strike. The winning blow. Alera looks up. She is not exhausted. Her slump wasn't fatigue. It was sea oiling. Zephyr descends, a violet comet. Alera pivots. She doesn't try to block the blade. She spins inside his guard. She reverses her sword in her hands. Gripping the blade, the Mord HAU. Zephyr's saber comes down. Alera swings the heavy steel crossguard and pummel of the dragon's tooth up like a warhammer. It is no longer steel vs. energy. It is steel vs. alloy. KR crack. The heavy forged steel pummel collides with the high-tech, lightweight alloy hilt of Zephyr's custom flux saber. The hilt shatters into a dozen pieces. The violet blade dies with a sad pft. Zephyr lands. Disarmed, staring at the broken, sparking handle in his hand, Alera stands over him. She's not even holding the sword now. She's let it drop. The dragon's tooth lies on the floor between them. It's job done. She's just standing, panting. The hall is silent. No one breathes. The Xylos, the Krill, the other humans. They have never seen a flux saber break. It's not supposed to be possible. Zephyr looks at his broken weapon. He looks at the ancient, dented Longsword on the floor. He looks at the human girl, who is offering him a hand up. He ignores the hand. He stands, his carapace rustling. He looks at Alera. He is shaking, not with anger, with humility. He gives her a single, sharp, jerky krill bow. A gesture of ultimate respect. A single beat cuts the silence. The scoreboard flashes. Winner, Van Seath Hall erupts. Alera, dazed, just nods back to Zephyr. Master Lyra walks onto the platform. The cheering stops. She looks at the broken hilt. She looks at the dent in the floor from scene 2. She looks at the dragon's tooth. Master Lyra, for 200 years, I have taught that technology is the path to perfection. She looks at Alera today. Miss Vance has reminded us that skill is not in the tool. It is in the will that moves it. A rare, small smile clusters mist. Alera kneels. She picks up the dragon's tooth. She runs a hand over the scarred, pitted, beautiful steel. It's not a relic. It's a legacy.